So far, both parties have nominated their arbitrators, and the two arbitrators have jointly nominated their presiding arbitrator. The president of SIAC has accordingly appointed these three arbitrators to constitute the tribunal. But now there's a hitch. The claimant has discovered some facts with respect to the respondent's nominee and is considering challenging his appointment. Let's find out what they've dug up.
They thought we wouldn't find out. Their secret is finally out. Sneaky and underhanded tactics. Typical Amazonian behavior.
Maybe it's the law of the jungle. What scandalous information have you found?
Their nominee. Apparently, he's the father-in-law of the legal counsel's eldest son.
Sounds just like a soap opera.
And there's more. Apparently, he previously acted for Electro-Ace in a huge arbitration, and after having won that for them, he was paid a huge bonus. We have to get him disqualified. Otherwise, he's going to rule against us, and he's also going to sway the presiding arbitrator.
Well, we certainly must try. SIAC Rule 12 permits a party to challenge an arbitrator within 14 days of receiving the notice of appointment of the arbitrator who is being challenged, or becoming aware of circumstances that may give rise to justifiable doubts about his impartiality or independence. So when did you hear this juicy news?
About 3 days ago.
Okay, so then we are well within the deadline. Now, let's see if the facts give us justifiable doubts.
Do you doubt that there's a doubt?
Let me explain. To prove a conflict of interest, there must be justifiable doubts regarding the independence and impartiality of the arbitrator. That means a reasonable and informed third party must be able to conclude that the arbitrator may well be influenced by factors other than the merits of the case. The range of factors are set forth in the IBA guidelines on conflicts of interest in international arbitration. So, for instance, a prohibited circumstance is a close family relationship between the arbitrator and a party or its counsel. However, eldest son's father-in-law may not fall within the scope of the prohibition. As for previous appearances of the arbitrator as counsel for the claimant, the guidelines only consider appearances within the most previous 3-year period for the purpose of considering whether a potential conflict exists. And even then, the guidelines only flag those under the so-called orange list.
Orange list?
Well, meaning it is only something that the arbitrator should disclose to the parties so that the parties can explore more deeply, but does not of itself give rise to justifiable doubts.
But he kept this fact hidden, on purpose.
Well, we can suggest that, but you may find that it's simply an innocent omission.
Wait, are these rules the only basis upon which we can make a challenge?
Well, these aren't even rules, they are merely guidelines. They represent best practices, but they are by no means binding. But I believe we can mount a strong challenge in this case if we wish to.
Challenge, okay, so who's going to decide it?
Well, once we make the challenge, either Electro-Ace will have to agree to it, or the nominee will have to voluntarily withdraw within 7 days.
Withdraw? And what happens if he doesn't withdraw?
Well, I understand from the rules that in such case, the SIAC Court of Arbitration will form a committee of the court to hear and determine the challenge.
Good, let's move quickly on this. I'm determined to expose their shenanigans.
All right, I'll prepare the papers at once.
Thank you. Orange?
Thanks. No thanks.